There's a moment in every athlete's life when something happens that could make you fall apart. A mistake, an injury, a disaster, something that could take you out of the game. But what separates good performers from legendary ones is not what happens to them, but how they respond to it. And one particular story in Olympic history demonstrates this truth powerfully. And the story is of Hermann Maier at the 1998 Winter Games in Nagano. Today we're breaking down traumatic crashes in Olympic skiing and the unbelievable comeback that turned Hermann Maier into an icon of mental toughness, emotional resilience, and unshakable belief. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Dr. Haley Perlus. I'm a sport and performance psychology coach and founder of Competitive Excellence. It is my mission to help you build the inner strength to fuel your next level of performance in sport and life. Okay, let's dive in. During the downhill event in Nagano, Maier, already known as the Herminator, lost control on a turn at nearly 70 miles per hour. His skis launched off the course, his body flew through the air, and he slammed through 2 layers of nets. I've included the Olympic coverage if you'd like to see it, the links below. The crash was so violent that broadcasters and spectators feared he was seriously injured. It looked like it could be a kind of fall that ends careers. But minutes later, something incredible happened. Hermann Maier stood up and walked away. No theatrics, just composure. And what the world didn't know yet was this. Not only was Hermann Maier okay, but within 72 hours, he would win Olympic gold. Twice. This is where the real mindset lesson begins. 3 days after that crash, Maier competed in the Super-G, an event defined by speed, risk, and precision. And while the world wondered if he'd be rattled, Maier skied aggressively, fearlessly, and completely tuned in. He didn't just medal, he won gold. And then he did it again in the giant slalom. A devastating crash one day, double Olympic champion the next. Maybe you're thinking, that's not normal. That's not predictable. Maybe you're right, it's not normal, but it is the psychology of a champion, someone who understands how to master fear, regulate emotions, rebuild instantly under pressure. And here are the psychological principles behind Maier's performance and what they mean for athletes and anyone navigating pressure, failure, and setbacks. Number 1, he refused to give meaning to the crash. A crash, like a failure, a mistake, or a setback, only becomes emotional if you give it meaning. Maier's body language after the crash said one thing: this moment does not define me. No catastrophizing. No, I blew my chance. Just reset, refocus, move forward. This is emotional resiliency in its purest form. 2, he regulated fear through action. Fear is not eliminated only by thinking. Fear can also be eliminated by doing. For Maier, the fastest route to confidence was getting back on snow as soon as possible. Movement replaced fear. Execution replaced hesitation. This is a core principle of mental conditioning. Confidence is built through action, not avoidance. 3, he protected his identity from the moment. Maier didn't see himself as an athlete who crashed. He saw himself as a ski racer, a competitor, a performer. The crash was an event, not an identity. The ability to separate who you are from what has happened is one of the strongest predictors of resilience and long-term success. And if you don't have that skill, I highly recommend you do the training. And I can show you how. Just shoot me a message and we'll go over some of the programs and the packages that I have from you. But let's get back at it. 4, Hermann Maier used pressure as activation, not paralysis. Imagine the pressure he must have felt returning to the start gate. Cameras watching, the world expecting fear perhaps, and yet he skied so boldly. Why? Because Maier didn't interpret pressure as danger. He interpreted it as fuel. Pressure didn't shut him down, it switched him on. That's the mindset we train when we talk about confidence under pressure and high-performance decision-making. Here are 3 tools inspired by Maier's comeback. 1, the moment neutralizer. When something goes wrong, immediately say, this is a moment, not the story. This will prevent your brain from spiraling It'll neutralize the event, and then you can choose your next move. 2. The action over avoidance rule. After a mistake or shock, take one small action toward the thing you fear. One drill, one rep, one stride. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. 3. The identity anchor. Before competition or a pressure moment, remind yourself what happened doesn't change who I am. This simple phrase protects confidence, emotional control, and performance psychology in real time. Hermann Maier's 1998 Olympics wasn't just about courage. It was about choice. The choice to stand up, the choice to continue, the choice to perform with power instead of fear. And his story reminds us that resilience isn't about avoiding the crash. It's about responding to the crash with clarity, confidence, and conviction. You don't have to control what happens to you. You only have to control what you do with it next. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please click like, subscribe, and join us next week as we continue our Olympic Mindset series, showcasing iconic moments and turning them into tools you can use to perform at your best.